Good evening, dear subscribers and casual listeners. It wasn't a good day and a good night before that. I suffered tremendously, I'll tell you why. But you should know, my listeners from all over the world, that the reason why is by now doesn't is of not much significance to you, because in any case you will be punished for this, for the cruelties that the Israelis are doing. And when I say you, I mean first of all the United States of America. First of all, the United States of America, and after that, the other Western nations that benefited from the arrangement that we speak about enough. I do not care for what reason the Israeli leopard dogs are torturing me. The reason does not matter at all. The consequences of torture is tremendous punishment all over the world, and especially in the United States of America. You will not move your tongues, your filthy mouths, while I sit in the Israeli Nazi prison, subjected to extreme physical and mental torture, listening to your advice. This will not be the deal. No, the deal has changed. I've altered the deal. No more. The leopard dogs are torturing me. You are suffering tremendously. When I say you, I mean first, your robots. Second, the pedophile and homosexual companions. And third, their offspring. With special emphasis on the offsprings. Yes, Makat Bechorot, Makat Bacharot. This will be the next revelation. Makat Bacharot. We have zero reservation and zero mercy towards your disgusting offspring. We have zero mercy. Yes, just like in the book of Exodus, just like that. In the middle of the night, maybe before, maybe after, I don't know exactly, it doesn't need to be exactly the middle of the night. You will suffer for your sins in the ultimate way. If you wanted it changed, you could have moved an arm or a leg, but you did not. Still, you only move your filthy tongues. And we do not accept the deal. We will not sit in the Nazi prison, subjected to terror and torture, while you move your tongues. This will not be the deal. You've been warned enough. So now, Makat Bacharot. Maka Bacharot. מכה בחרות הקטנים שלכם. Exactly like that. If you wanted differently, you would have moved an arm or a leg. You did not. You did not. So after making this important point, I would now say what was the problem. The problem is that following yesterday I've held like a video, about an hour video. I've discussed important issues with regards to the symbolic language and in general the planet Venus. And as I said, this relates to all sorts of constructions that I now create. I've worked on several prototype yesterday, and I will, with the help of God, will continue today. I've also bought a little bit of stuff from a store right here. I mean, very simple stuff, but might help me. It'll help me. Just very simple electronics, like a little bit more wire and light bulb and things like that. And also ice plastic that store ice. Anyway, following last video. As I said, I should continue this video, and that's what I'm going to do right now. But it made me thinking. I've had more thinking to do. Following the last video, which was important, 1 hour video. So I took my time, especially also yesterday, but especially today, to just think about it. And there is nothing that I I'm punished the most severe. The thing that I punish for most severely by the Israelis is when I sink, because they do not understand what's going on, and I've spoken about it in the past. They do not understand why is this not moving, like what's happening. They do not understand how can how come a person can like stay with his eyes open while he's not moving and not speaking with someone. He's like, I mean, what is he doing? Like, I mean, is he dead? Like, is he like in some kind of robotic trance? Is it kind of like an alien prayer to some kind of alien god? They do not understand the concept of thinking, and it makes them initially it makes them like stressed, like what's going on. So of course they reply with endless like noises. That I mean, I've actually like recorded it like in video today. Endless noises like from like all over them. You know that I'm under arrest like in an apartment. I can't get out just for like shopping, just under, like with permission of course. But usually I'm locked here, and tremendous amount of sounds, like the usual drilling and all sorts of like annoying sounds and horns of cars. This was an extreme torture, and I actually recorded it today and uploaded it to YouTube, like earlier today. And after some time, when they understand that he's not the robot, I mean he's not dead, they think that, I mean, obviously, I mean we have succeeded in our project of doing a reset to him, because you know that they have like, I mean, a mythology that, I mean, they can like do all sorts of things that relates to the method, the Soviet method, that eventually it causes like a reset to the robot. I don't even know what it means. I don't think that anyone knows what it means. I think it's kind of, it's like a person, it's like I would say that in national mythology that each person like paints in his, like in her or his own way. Like they don't really understand what's going. I mean, in the past, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I actually in several of like my journeys in Israel, in several occasions, I actually, I mean, acted like the reset happened, because I wanted to see what will happen, and actually it helped me to learn on all sorts of stuff, interesting stuff. But it will tell me that they don't know what should happen. I mean, you can invent something. I mean, just use your imagination. How can I mean, what happens when the robot is undergoing like a reset? And they will, I mean, whatever you do, they will think that yes, they succeeded, because you don't need to do anything for them to actually. Today I didn't do. I'm not holding these charades for like for more than like 2 years now, because it's not my. I'm past it. But in order for them to think that the reset succeeded, anything at all, I mean, is a clue for them that it's actually happened. So you might ask, so what do you care what this leopard dogs think? I mean, let them think whatever they want. I mean, believe in whatever they want. What do you care? So the reason is that, I mean, when they think that when they think that that's happened, next step is now, of course, according to the method, is presumably is an empty state like entity. So now we should, I mean, write the new firmware to his brain, so he will know exactly what is expected of him, which is exactly what you think it is. He needs to cut his dick. He needs to to be our whore. He needs to give us all the nanobots. He needs to do whatever, the female or the males ask them and get nothing in return. He needs to, of course, admit to the court, and most importantly, he needs to, by his own volition, go to a mental institution and be hospitalized voluntarily. This is, something that for some reason, it's for years now that I understood that it's kind of a major objective, and it's actually they didn't invented as of many of their things. It comes straight out of the notebook for the young KGB officer. Sorry Russians. But this is so. It's so Soviet. The expectation that you will voluntarily put yourself in a mental institution for temporary hospitalization presumably because you had a mental crisis and you admit it, and it's kind of a punishment that you need to inflict upon yourself. This is so Soviet. It's back on the 19 we are back in the 1930s or 1940s during the Great Purges. But they live the Israeli intelligence is lives this moment perpetually. the Soviet periods of the 1930s and 1940s. So yes, that's what I mean. The most important objective is that you will do it to yourself. For some reason, maybe it's some kind of rational. I think that mostly some kind of part of their ethos that you need to punish yourself. I've spoken about that in the past. And they they do and torture commenced by people in the apartment, by people outside like window, wherever you go. So yes, I don't have the luxury of not thinking, not caring what they think. I wish I had this luxury of not living in this hellhole and all the bacteria here could have just burned as far as I'm concerned. But I don't have this luxury. I'm like under the arrest, and yes, when they think ridiculous like things like that I was reset now. They multiply their violence like tenfolds. So this was a horrible day. But as I said in the beginning of this video, whatever the reasons for the torture and for the violence, for the increased torture and violence today from the Israelis, you will pay. And when I say you, I mean first of all, the people of the United States of America, and second, other Western countries that benefited from this arrangement. You will be paid tremendously, makat bacharot, exactly what you think it is. We will not have a shred of a mercy. We lost all empathy, and we have no mercy towards any of you or your offspring. If you wanted that to be different, you would have moved an arm or a leg, not your filthy, now lizard-like tongues. So now I will continue with the same subject of yesterday, after having like a little bit of thought on. In spite of all this torture, I had some interesting thoughts on the matter. So I will continue on the subject. As I said, it's kind of like it's a construction issue that ties together three supposedly orthogonal questions of like the symbolism surrounds like the gates and the energy, proposed ways to energize the neurons without not necessarily just by using electrolysis, which is the way that I've done it until now, but it's create all sorts of problems. And the third issue is the issue of heat and cold, which is a very, very, very important for every kind of manufacturing process, like modern manufacturing process. Certainly processes that that are related to small stuff, like anything that is small, and of course, most famously CPUs and chipsets in general. So let's do it in another video that I will start. I will shortly start.